is now up for a while, so let's do our Aetherdrift limited part. So we get to see sealed. Was this premiere and sealed? I actually should check what the. I think the quick draft is still Bloomborough, but I might be mistaken. But we're not here to do Bloomborough. We've already been saving up our cash and whatnot, and we are here to. Yeah, we're here to get into our first dibs on Aetherdrift. So I'm gonna share this with a few groups. We should be ready to proceed quite quickly here. Sorry for a bit of a delay on the startup. Few minutes before I was about to start, power went out. It turns out a transformer overloaded down the street. So we're kind of. I was actually concerned a bit. That I'd have to do this the next day. Usually a delay like that would last several hours. Like even the projected repair time was 5 hours, but they actually fixed it really quickly. So it might have just been a regular short. It wasn't a big blowout. Thank goodness. Though the neighbors did say that they heard the blow. They heard something explode down the road. So I guess there is that. Anyway, we got all the shares up now, and we should be ready to proceed. And one more posting. Okay, there we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Magic Arena Run. Today we are going to be doing Sealed Up Aetherdrift. Let's see. What are the ones that I'm actually quite on the lookout for? Pretty much, it's either the exhaust ones because apparently the format's a bit slower, but there is plenty of value to go around. Black red and white red are black red is now our aggro colors with max speed. White red seems to be a vehicle and mount, but that's a bit fast aggro flavored, while green white is mid range flavored. I think the green white is gonna be doing better. Blue red is a bit interesting. Lots of cycling and discard. Green red and green blue. Well, more green red than green blue, but both of them are exciting because of exhaust payoffs. Then we have artifacts in white blue and blue black. We'll see which one pans out as we cash in our chips and open our packs. Okay. Ooh. And yes, my webcam died again. I hope it's just a webcam, but we did open something interesting. We got the Cavalier of Dawn, pretty nice. We also got an Oil Deep Gear Hulk. We just need to see which direction we want to go. Because triple white is not an easy thing to get into. Neither is blue, blue, black, black. If any, green, white, red is looking like a thing. Blue, black is also probably kind of works here. Like we did get artifact. We also have a moment of endurance, which is quite. But we'll see which direction it goes depending on what's in the rest of our pool. I would note that we did not open any Verges, so what's our mana base? Wild Roads and white black, black green, red green, green white. So I think their green white is starting to look a bit appealing. Let's see our multicolored. Our multicolor is mostly blue black. There is one green white. There is one white blue. 2 copies of Apocalypse Runner, which actually feels a bit expensive for the aggro part, but it does get max speed quickly if you have a lot of early drops. Rangers Aether Hive, also kind of interesting. Good Heart Engines, okay. Got a lot of colorless artifacts. There is a Monument to Endurance, triple camera launcher. So this does give us this does make exhaust quite interesting because this gives us a lot of relatively cheap exhaust. So 6 mana for a 3/3 plus a 1/1 it's underwhelming. So you really want to have exhaust payoffs for it. Then let's see, start your engines. Let's start with white because that's the one with Cav, but we are pretty much either going for artifacts, of which we have Interface Ace. Skyseer's Chariot it's a constructed thing. double spot cycle scouter. Sundial's okay. So we could kind of do an artifact build with white here, and we have some synergies with Voyage Home. So that is looking like a thing. The other thing is if we go for vehicles and mounts, of which we have one, two, three vehicles, one mount, one mount, but not super exciting, but still a mount. So we're more likely to go artifacts than mounts, but it depends. Maybe green does give us more mounts. Also, this is really just a tutor, so if we have something good to tutor up for, then that's a go. Blue, we're again also on the lookout for artifact synergies here. So also cyclers, but I can see we don't have anything to cycle. We have a lot of exhaust and Sky Streak Engineer, so green blue is starting to look a bit more enticing. Though this is very expensive for exhaust. King Buccaneer is more reasonable as an exhaust card. Nimble Topterus, let's give us artifacts. We're missing the blue-black signpost to make it work. We do have one affinity card. Okay, just the one affinity. And another in Memory Guardian, so could be done. Well, we do have decent payoffs, like a Spike Shell Harrier is a good one, but it's a bit on the higher end. See black. So here we're on the lookout for removal, which unfortunately we only have spit out. We do have the Junker. We do have a Cursed Pot Wrappings, which is actually quite good at getting a lot of revalue here. Like if a lot of our creatures die, we can just we can pretty much buy them back with Embalm. So this is actually solid. Chefette Archfiend is also a good top end we can do. In fact, we could probably go blue-black, play this one out, or just pitch it somehow and just replay it later. But I think the value from this one is going to be quite big, so we should really consider it. That said, maybe not blue-black. Let's take a look at red. No lightning strikes. Oh no, there's one lightning strike. We do have Hazard, so we can do a start your engines build. 1, 2. Not much of a start your engines, but we do have a boom mobile, which is something we can make it work. We're not exactly start your engines, but I could see going black red. Just a bit of a mini cycle team. We did not hit any of the raceways, so that's a concern. We do have we do have one other start your engines card here, but we're not exactly starting engines with this one. That's a bit of an issue with sealed. You're not going to get it very consistent. Then green. Okay, run over is removal. Our removal is super light. Unfortunately, green, red, black is not. We could go green, red, and green. We could go green, red, green, black, and splash for the key cards in the other colors. But what does that give us? Moltender. Stampeding Surefoot's a good exhaust payoff. Military cards, Eternal Land cards, so definitely into self-mill. So maybe Broodheart Engine works. Ooze Patrol can kind of work as well. Fang Druid Summoner. It's either for a creature card with no ability, so this is super specific, and unfortunately the only creature card with no abilities is in white, at least among the ones that we have. Like, let's see, do we have the red one? No, we did not have to get the red one, and I don't think we got the black one either. We didn't even get, we only have that one in white, so this would be a true in for white, I guess. We actually have a very tough build here. You're gonna actually have to do a lot of iteration here. Nothing too guaranteed here. So let's start with the one. Let's start in the middle with black, because I did say being able to get a lot of revalue with this is nice. So for that to happen, we do have momentum breakers also. We want a lot of creatures that we can get back pretty early. So the Deathless Pilot. Deathless Pilot is probably not going to be Curse Pot wrapped, but it's a thing. This one, if we take the Junker, basically removal spell with affinity, so this does put us deep into blue-black. And I would... And this one does give us an artifact payoff, so I might actually just go blue-black for this one. So let's take a look here. So that gives us the Hellride and Gear Hulk. Then this one gives us a free artifact. And don't forget, we probably want to run the starter engines. We probably want to run the King Buccaneer. So you can see we're kind of deep on 2s and 3s. And also we want to take a look at our colorless cards because a lot of these are kind of playable now. Like we definitely want to run the Scrap Compactor since we only have that one removal spell. If we do this version, we're not doing the exhausting, so Camera Launcher's not going to fit. Hit Automaton also not quite going to... Wait. Activate abilities. Curse Pot Wrappings is just tap, so nothing to activate there. Ticket Tortoise, it's a cheap creature. We can run that. Also, Walking Sarcophagus. Aether Jacket's also fine as well. And I think we can run one Engineer that way. So, this is a blue-black build. I might try to cut blue for more black if I can. We're also kind of short on card draw, so we can cut the Skystreak Engineer for a risky shortcut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So only 6 blue cards. It's counting 8 because of... No, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's counting 8 because of the double here. So I might consider actually cutting another blue just to make the mana fit better. Also because our lands are going to be an issue here. Now that's one way we can work it. Blue-black is one way to work it out. Let's try another version. Let's try green-red. So this is again more starter engines. We actually have Road Rage as a removal spell, so we actually have more removal than first thought of, so we're definitely gonna run that. Yeah, we have to run red, I think. So it's a question if we go red-black or red-green. And I'm thinking I might like the green better. Though we don't have any real exhaust payoffs, but we do have really good creatures to exhaust into. Like this one's fine. This one is kind of fine. Beast Rider Vanguard is like it's a super late game thing, but we're gonna kind of need it. Venus Lagak's not impressive, but it is cheap. Surveyor is fine. Pothole Mold gives us some ramp, but it also mills cards, so we kind of want the Ooze Patrol there. Okay, now the issue here is I have to put every card in just to make it fit. And we probably should want some other colorless cards to fill in some of the holes instead. But we do have a really low curve, like a lot of 2s and 3s here, and even several 1s. So what we probably want to do is balance out, probably balance out the Pothole Moles and the Ooze. We'll probably still keep the Ooze Patrol. But the Pothole Moles... It's land in hand, right? It's Mill Tree, return the card to your hand. I guess we can still run those. Those will work. Should we cut down on red instead? Because this is flat. 9/9. I don't really like it. I'd probably just put that one. I could fit a Walking Sarcophagus. Yeah, we don't have any real exhaust payoff, so I'm not incentivized to run the Camera Launchers either. In fact, the Camera Launchers probably would have worked better on the blue-black one. No. But even then, we don't have that many payoffs too. This one kind of works with Pit Automaton. But how many other exhaust abilities do we have? We have quite a bit of Saddle as well. And this is activate ability, so cycling would also work here. So our 2 Magmakin Artillerist requires red, so it's not going to pay for it completely. It will pay for this. It will pay for this. But it's a 0-4. It will not. It will kind of pay for this, but we really need it. It will definitely pay for this. I might just... We can go main green also by cutting a lot of these because we don't really have any cycling here. But we do have a lot of double red, so we're more really incentivized to cut the green here. Maybe it's just cut the Walking Sarcophagus because what's our max speed payoffs? It's really Hazoret, so okay, that's enough that's enough of an incentive for us, I guess. I guess we just cut the Scrap Compactor. And this is the other option here. Green blue has a lot of exhaust, has one exhaust payoff in Ranger's Aetherdrift, but this is pretty much our only payoff. And what are we exhausting? 5 mana exhaust, 2 mana exhaust, 4 mana exhaust. We would need to play all the camp. I'm willing to try it, but we would have to play all the camp, all of the camera launchers to make it work. Also, Wreck Remover, 4 mana, exile from graveyard, gain 1 life. It has cycling, so it fits into that deck. I might consider this one, but yeah, we have plenty of directions here. I guess this one, I'm gonna try this one first, but I probably want to try the blue-black deck even more. It's just super color intensive. So we'll give this one deck a go, then we'll swap out to the next. Anyway, for the most part, welcome to Sealed, everyone. Sorry if it was a lot of discussion, but that's how it is. And let's see. Okay, we have a few turn 2 plays, so I'm willing to keep this hand. Like turn 2 Gilded Goda, then we can saddle if needed. I can also just start our engines, but we can also do that later. We can play the Gilded Goda. The next turn we can play Hazoret, play Moltender, saddle Goda, swing, get the pressure. So we have a plan with this. And it has run removal, so we're not. But they did use it up right away, so that's fine. We do miss out on our max speed, but we have removal later. Okay? Also, I could just play these 2 early first for now. Then just slam this later as needed. Actually, no, I can't play these 2 because we're missing another green. I would have to show my hand plays. Or I could just play this. It's a 3-2. Reasonable blocker, I guess. But our opponent had a really good start there. Like run over removal, denying us the mana we needed. Not likely that our opponent is stopped right now for no. I have no idea what our opponent is doing. Fine. next turn we have multiple options here. Only plays Ghost with Surveyor. Our opponent can saddle this, so we're just taking 2. We're obviously not blocking, but they are trading. They are going for the max. Now we definitely want to keep this one alive because this is small enough for us to have slip through. So we want to guarantee speed 3. We can just Molt Tender plus Crash and Burn next turn. You're not willing to trade. So this is instant, so we can just pop it if they go for the 1 removal. They drop a large enough. Oh, could they have? Oh, they might have the enchantment that just keeps this cap down, which is annoying. But well, that is they are playing blue. That is the removal that they need. Could also just be sun counters, especially now that it's on their second main phase. Yeah, I have quite a bit of catching up to do here. Could also saddle it, but it is a trigger, so they could just I should also have offered that one, I guess. Okay, so they are just taking it. Oh no, it's exiled from graveyard, so you can't draw a card. And not just you can't draw a card with it from the battlefield. They can't block because I just activated that. I might even withhold the Molt Tender because they could have a removal spell for this. Oh no, they're just taking it. They really are looking at Aetherdrift. That is going to be a case. There we go. That's the end of our turn there. Now, one of our cycling guys would really hit. If we hit one of our cyclers, that will ping for 1 damage. That's perfect to get Aetherdrift through. We can start swinging right away. And we would now actually have the mana to do that and crash and burn. See what our opponent does. So, is there a reason to deny them max speed? Wait for them to cast them. Over. You can have your max speed. Now they might have a pump spell, or they hexproof indestructible. No, hexproof indestructible is white, but I think green has something that does give hexproof, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's also a reason to not block with this so that I actually have something to swing back at. That said, we did draw a lot of lands in a row, but okay, opponent lets it go. So we get the first max. We will get max speed ourselves, and we might not even have to. It'll depend. Opponent has to have another creature of some sort. A bounce spell would be annoying, so I probably should swing with both of these guys. Monument of Endurance. But no payoffs. Yeah, I would have considered this is really more of a draft card. Like you really need to have a definitely constructed card. I've seen a lot of people going at it for constructed. The End Rider Catalyzer is nice if you can hit an exhaust creature. Ooh, 6/6/8 for life. So we're not punching through with this. This one has to stay behind the block. Try cycle this. I need a different card draw. Yeah, I'm gonna give the mass offer here. Etrodon, that is a big roadblock. And I'm actually very glad that this is now a 4 mana effect instead of a 5 mana effect. Yeah, we don't get to snipe a token in addition, but more often than not, it's not happening. Rip up, cycle. Probably draws a card to save their life. Yep. This would have also been, but yeah, their life was already pretty low at this point. That one doesn't do much. Let's also say hi back. But there you go. We managed to get our first win. We'll keep doing this one until we lose, and then we should try a different deck. It's gonna be a very interesting field pool for us. Also, we probably should get the proper picture for this deck. Actually, no. Aetherdrift gets center billing here. But I do now want to try to add at least the one starter engine's creature. No, we did already. Okay, that's good. I guess black-red is also an option. We do have other ways to start engines early. So we can also do that one. So okay, from green-red, we'll go to red-black. Then we'll go to black-blue. This one, we have a decent start. Turn 2, we can run over something. Having multiple turn 2 plays is actually quite important for us here. Because you cannot control your mana, but you can more or less control what you can run your deck with. Now we're going to have the opposite problem. Too much green. I'm also thinking that the Ooze Patrol is not going to line up that well. We've also kind of learned that Aetherdrift doesn't have to be played right away. They have a removal spell again. Well, oh no, it's Overblade. So not removal. If they swing, I will block. They did not swing, so I will not block. In fact, what I will do is start my engine. When this creature attacks, saddle, create a treasure token. Okay, so we're gonna saddle, make our treasure token. And accrue, which I like. now we have 5 mana next turn. We can do Lagak plus Artillerist. This Patrol is feature artifact check. Of course, we keep saddling. They don't have response, so we should be able to. You have to remember not to cycle this right. We have to not cycle this right away. This only triggers on our turn, and I'm just gonna spin that out. That is fine. Just kind of signal the opponent that we have cycle. Well, they used up all their spin outs on this one. Should be able to crack that. And might as well get down the pothole mold. We can hold up the now generate a pretty decent big boost, so we'll go for that. I'm also willing to just block Omnivore here. When it goes, Magnus Rex. So we kind of Lightning Strike's still good. And let's see. I think we make ourselves a 6-6. This might be a bit too early, but I think this should give us enough. Oh no, it's not a 6. It's a 6. It's an 8-8. We did lose our other removal spell, but our opponent kind of used 2 of theirs way too early, in my opinion. But that was a pretty good one out for us as well. Solid runs. We're gonna keep going. We'll keep going at this one until it loses. Then I have to decide. But I probably do want to try the others. Yeah, this is fun. We're able to make multiple viable decks, more or less, so we should try it. So my concern with at least with the red-green one, like it's super low to the curve. Definitely playing Dynamite Diver first. Because Diver, Lagak. Yeah, because there's no reason to play this if we can't toss it right away. Don't start your engines, but... In fact, we now have the incentive to... Sad. Or I can just offer you nothing. We want to get that lead. That said, we can this only snipes a 1, so we kind of want to pull for mana. Alternately, what we can do is we can just toss the straight from the versus the 3P. I think our opponent's not really spin out, but I feel like everyone's playing spin out too early. This doesn't have haste, but it is speed too. So for this one, it generates 4 mana. We'll need to snipe this one. We'll also need. We can also kind of wait for one turn, but we've already used our exhaust here, so. Like that one. Okay, since our opponent's all in on this, we will snipe Surveyor. We also now have the option. Now this one can't do this, so we're probably gonna cycle it. Opponent is really going for it. So Forger now has lifelink. So that's an issue. So 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 6, 7. 8. I probably want to hold this in case our opponent doesn't. Oh wait, there's a weird trick here. Let's double check any target. It's not played accidentally, but there we go. We managed. We managed to make this one the real. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, definitely. Yep. Mobile lineup, but all it did was take. But it was still a big creature. Our opponent went for the max speed. They didn't respect the damage, and turned out we had even more damage for a king. Actually, I should if we do take a look at relook at the deck, I should take a look at the dub, because I'm afraid that the black red might have the black had a lot of double black, which is a bit of a concern. Okay, this one is fine. We have a 1. We can play early. We're not gonna really cycle this that early, so we can just hold on to Road Rage. We have Broken Wings as backup, but I've also noticed that not necessarily a lot of vehicles on the opposing side. There were some fires, so that is a consideration. Yeah, turns out having that sacrifice mechanic even without target. And it also has a accurate. We might have trouble. But the issue with I guess this might be our only opponent's only turn 2 play. No, this is a regular human guy that has an exhaust ability. I kind of want him to run that. No, it doesn't. No, because I'll put a creature counter on it. It's still only gonna be a +1, and our opponent could even just like make this unblockable, swing with it. I will take. Yeah, this might be a problem for us. We don't exactly have very good removal for that. Play this. Just to give ourselves an extra blocker. I think I want to cycle this. Okay, Molten there's what we can do is we can block with it. If our opponent decides to play something else, we can surprise them with the road rage. I'm willing to do that because they have way too many. If they just pass. They have a white combat tree. Oh, they have. And then they have the good light card too. This is gonna be super annoying. We just use we have a crash and burn. Okay, we have something that. But this is the case where if we don't draw our rares, it doesn't quite line up. We're in trouble. Our crash and burn can also deal with this one, and we do have the Gestalt Rider that can also deal with this. Unfortunately, most of our X-Loss is not that great, so, but we did get 3 wins already from the first one set, so kind of a marathon. One's probably gonna do with the Volter. This, honestly, our opponent has so mounts and vehicles you control get +1/+1. Yeah, we're just taking it. I can probably track back with this. Also note that we did not really have any pump effect. I think the detention chariot. I probably would have just waited. This is honestly a feel bad. But we kinda have to go for it. At least, we lost our lightning strike. No, there's a gilded Buddha, that's fine. We did take out 2 lands in the process, so I guess that's acceptable. But yeah, next turn, we're in trouble with Hazoret. We don't have any good removal for it. We're the wrong colors for this. Our best bet is actually just take everything. But our opponent could easily just lean back on this light card because we don't have any flying defense right now. An additional reach. Oh, this is actually... Our opponent has a... Oh my gosh, our opponent had a really good pool. They hadn't had to play anything else. Their rares lined up like crazy. They're gonna be getting extra cards. I can't even snipe this. My hope is to snipe everything else our opponent attacks with, but that's about it. Hey, Mantilla Razon, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? Gusta na? Me, I'm in trouble. That's all I can say. Well, I guess it's a saving grace our opponent cycle this. We don't have any real removal for this one, unfortunately. Nothing we can do about that. I guess there's a note that we should have probably sniped this. Hey, Jericho Ilagan, thank you for liking the stream. Good evening to you too. Bumalik na yung kuryente, pre. So I could just snipe this, so it's not a flying creature anymore. But I have to also, but yeah, definitely mid-range is gonna be the key now. I don't think you can just get by with aggro, so maybe the black red. I'll show you the pull later because I'm probably gonna lose this one, and I did say that the moment I not helping. swing with everything at this point. Or I could just swing with two. Oh, opponent's just taking it. This is a conditional. I guess what we can do is we can snipe this one. Drafted 2-1 yesterday. Mono white. If mono white is starting to be well, this is sealed, so no one's really drafting. It's all just based on luck. But okay, think that but that's a lot. Technically, still an extra card. At least the card you know is not that scary. One is even avoiding it, but they now have a way to generate an extra feature. In fact, they're gonna do that right away. And this is screw 1, but at least it's not flying anymore, and so we can just take 2 and the 3. We're gonna trump block this. Yeah, we have to take 5 trump. Dude, it doesn't fly anymore. Yeah, you have to swing with that. They are holding this back, which makes sense. Monocolored being a... Well, despite the multicolored cards, I could see white X being a thing like that. Okay, we got a Blue Mobile. Plenty mana to snipe this one, I suppose. Deals X dash... Wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This only gets me to 6. Hold on. This gets me 4, but it costs 3, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. They obviously block this one. I can get... Ooh, this is not great. Okay. Alternate plan. Snipe this. They... 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Minus 3 is 6. Yeah, if I had 1 more mana, that would have been straight to the opponent. So as it is, we have to swing with this. The good news is we now have something that can actually stonewall the Hazoret, so our opponent might not attack anymore. Yeah, because if we hit 6 here, our opponent would have 3 life left. The block would have been obvious. Well, what we could have done is, though I'm thinking if I should have done the other way. If I, instead of sniping this, it's only when the attacks while saddled, but so opponent. Interestingly, what I could do is I could chump block this one, take the 5 here. We're risky, I know. Yeah, there's a lot of risk to take here. That's a good question, actually, now that you mention it. How good is a mono? Okay, opponent is actually holding everything back. So now... Okay, this is instant speed, so I can just kind of wait, snipe this. Wait for our opponent to saddle this. Then wait for our opponent's saddle. We crew Boom Mobile, snipe. They're gonna try to grow it, but can't really do much about that. If they don't do it now, I would still do it. I would do it end of turn anyway. I'm hoping they try to go for it. They're kind of. Go for it. Don't let the trigger. Okay, not. You're gonna be super patient, so I'm hoping they don't have a removal spell. Okay, we can. Okay, that's one threat down. Ooh. Oh, that was unfortunate. This would have been really nice. But a 9/9 mount is okay. And a 9/9 creature is okay. So, next turn we go for it. Yeah, we managed to get the turn. This one. I might not be changing my deck quite yet. Well, let's not be too sure. Let's swing with these two. Opponent is already indicating they have something. Did we cycle? I don't know if we still have our other Magneton or Killers or if I cited that out. We're gonna pass it. We have a crash. We still have a crash and burn in deck, so we can kind of wait for that. Yeah, we still have crash and burn. It's a bit risky waiting for our opponent to play out. Like, okay, they managed to play out another creature. Because if I swing with this just gets jump blocked. It doesn't really do much. It's a shame that we milled our flyer in the process, but this doesn't do much. But it's still a tree. It's still a tree-powered creature. This doesn't fly. This doesn't fly anymore. Now our opponent can start throwing this. You still need to. Our opponent still only has three creatures technically. So two of these will slip through. Two of them will slip through. One of them will die. No, one of them will slip through. One will die. Yeah, because we have to use one of these unless we can draw into something that can through. In which case we can take our opponent down to 1. Opponent is now deep in the tank as well. The only thing I probably could wish for is that their video cam. Is our opponent gonna commit to an attack? No. Super patient. We do have it. We also have the Hazoret that we're... Now they might have a combat trick. But I don't think I can keep waiting. I'm gonna go for it. The point would not play. We could have also played our own Hazard and started hitting with the pothole move that was in our alternate plan. And it's gonna crew boat, which makes sense. They can in fact throw that into a 5/6. Like they can block with all trees and throw it a bit. Yeah, the alternate. This one is kind of the the really fast plan. The slower plan, which probably sure would have been to hit Azaret, start swinging at Pothole Mole. They would have started swinging back. Also, it turns out our opponent didn't have. They had this for start your engines, but I guess this one too, but we removed it right away. They have to block the 6/6, it's a given. Okay, that one, I'm not sure if that's my camera or not. But we're gonna go to damage. I hope they don't have a way to gain life right away. I'll be so cross if they do. But I'm pretty sure I did not see one. The artillerist is really doing a lot of work here. Yep, I now know why I kept 2 artillerists. But yeah, there you go. Pretty solid turnout for that one. So with that, we are at 4 wins, and we're still going. Now, remember, you need 6 if you want to make your gems back, but 4 wins is pretty decent. Okay, we'll take a quick look at... We're gonna take a quick look what our other options were, but for the most part, yeah, after green-red, the next plan would have been to go red-black. Mostly for Curse Cloth Wrappings, which is a pretty good way to get more stuff out. My concern would be the lots of double black if we're gonna run double red. It would be really taxing on our mana base. Also, we would lose the run over. We would get a spin out. We would get a momentum breaker as an additional removal spell, but we would lose like Stampeding Scurryfoot as a cheap creature that can give us another creature. We would get a bunch of... We get some card draw, so there is that. It does give us a bit more of a top end, so it would be a bit more traditional, but... Yeah, my concern with this one is that this would be super taxing on our mana. Like, sure, I would love to be able to just embalm a lot of stuff back. Like, if our opponent is able to answer something, just embalm it back again, and it comes back bigger. That's something that I would consider trying, but we haven't lost yet. The moment we lose, I will shift over to black-red, and if we lose another time, I will shift over to blue-black. White not getting any love this time. The pool for it is not so great. I would also note that the reason I'm not too keen on running black-red is the mana base. We just don't have it. So this one's a bit sketchy. We're the ones running the turn 2 Hazoret, but we can also do the turn 2 Lightning Strike. What? Somebody enjoys... Hey, someone enjoys Eurocamp. Nice. I would not. It could be Eurocamp. It could also just be the fish cake. Let's see. Our plan is Highlands first. Our only advantage here is that we have a lot. We have basically 14, 2, and 3 drops. Opponent has an early 1 drop. But we now have something that we definitely would like to strike. The key is that don't start your engines if you don't have to. So the Pothole Mole is a good roadblock here. So I'm just gonna pass for now. Let's see, this is 4-2 exhaust, so not quite yet. One is going 3 colors. They didn't get 3-2. And this makes it into a 4-2. They have their own Pothole Mole. Yes. Yeah, I guess we can pop this now. Our opponent grows to Crash and Burn. So we're playing on the defensive right now. Okay. The Lagak would have been nice. So opponent's now incentivized to grow this, but we can still block the Mako. Yeah, they have threat of activation. Not going for it, so they have 4 drop. Captain Howler. Ooh. This is Ward 2, pay 2 life, so we're not crashing it and burning it. So we're gonna have to wait a bit. Which is actually really bad for us, but let's see if our opponent happens to have all the ways to discard cards, we are in real trouble. So for the time being, we're just using this to sandbag. Yeah, we can. They did have one cycling. Still a 4-2, so it's still a trade. Then they can just pay for that one. So that one is not a trade, but I kind of knew that going in. We have another pot. Now if they hazard it, this is the one case where it doesn't do much. We are chump blocking because we have to definitely crash it. Like, as much as I'd like to, it's any target, but all of the targets are too big right now. So I probably just chump block one. If our opponent has doubles, I'm most likely gonna just chump block Captain Howler, but if they have double cyclers, we're just dead. This next turn we also we are kind of forced to have a creature as well. So not that. Okay, Boom Mobile. We still don't get to take this out. Only takes this one out, and but I can do it to block one, but we're still dead either way. Also, yeah, we don't have any real options here. Yeah, and you get to pay 2 life as well. There's really no good out of that. That was a very solid. Well, they actually ran green as well, but it was mostly red blue. So there, we got our first loss. Now we get to investigate another stab at a different deck. So let's cut. The green is nice, but it's mostly for the pothole mole. In fact, I would think that the pothole mole is doing a good job of card draw. It's a reason to stay in it. So let's take a look at the different option. If we were to go away from that and get more power, the Junker is basically creature, but we need to have artifacts, so we have to do an artifact check as well. And I can probably show you why I did not consider this one. For starters, we've only added very few cards. Wait, let's not add lands. Okay, there we go. There we go. Got our 40. Our artifact check is only at 5, so the demonic Junker is reasonable, but it's a bit iffy. I would more likely run it in the blue-black version. We do get 15 and 8, so a few fewer creatures, but we we get a little bit more extra card draw. We get ways to get cards back. Our creature count is still deep on 8 and 7, which is actually what we want for this deck. In fact, it might be deep enough that we could consider running an Apocalypse Runner. So let's see, 2/2. It's 3/1. No, but this one's a good one. 2/2. This one's a 2/2. 3/2's a no. 2/3 is a yes. So we can kind of make this work. Gains lifelink and can't be blocked. What would I cut for it? Good question. I have no idea. But definitely the one thing that suffers is our mana base. Like, we're now having to run an 8/9. The mana base is very split up here. So I'm gonna just say done with this one for now. I'm also not considering running one of these because it's another 4-drop. Like, I guess if I play this, I would have to cut a 4-drop, but I like all my 4-drops. This one is a bit on the iffy side. This is a possible cut. 12, 11. It makes our mana technically worse, but it reduces our double rent to the Boommobile, so we can make better decisions that way. But I don't honestly like it. I probably would end up switching back, but I'm willing to give this one a try. Also, I wonder how does 17 lands. Actually went through multiple details, but deck 1 or wins 1 loss. Okay, not a great start, but we can go Gilded Goda, Walking Sarcophagus, Cruise Swing with this, and if we swing it to get a treasure, I guess we can then play Deathless Pilot. But yeah, the mana base being so iffy is the big mark against this. It does help that our opponent does not have a blue spell. So next turn, Walking Sarcophagus, swing. We can't play Momentum Breaker right away, but fine. Our opponent, no, they're not trading. In this case, we have the option to just play this, Surveil 2, set up our next land draw, or just kill it now. Opponent probably has a bigger drop. It's a 2/2 flyer. And that they had the Grim Bauble, so they sniped the gold. We'll probably trade with Sarcophagus. He did with our mana. I could also snipe it with Lightning Strike, but it's possible our opponent has a low curve deck. So I'm gonna swing with this one first. If our opponent probably does not trade. We didn't play the Wreckage Wicker Probe, hold up Lightning Strike. Target artifact and opponent controls, Dynamite Diver. Probably don't want this anymore. Not so sure if I still want this though, but I kind of want another land. But White-Black does have some max speed and does have some vehicles. We'll just dump both of them for now. Also helps that we have this up all the time. I'm gonna sacrifice this Surveil 2 if they're having they're just gunning for it. Your land drop. And we got the concession there, so we managed to make it work. Mostly because our opponent did not have an early start. Now I know the format is slower. That is and that's pretty much true. But it also means that you can punish your opponent with early aggro. Hey Ethan, thank you for liking the stream. How are you doing? How are oh yeah, Mustana, you did I didn't meet you a while ago. Let me guess. Exam season is upon you. Or is it something else? Anyway, so we have okay, pretty decent. We got our early place. We had to burn. We had to coordinate. We let our opponent hit us. We sniped the coordinator, I guess. Huh. I'm still gonna snipe the coordinator now, but there might be an argument for sniping it mid-trade. I could also just trade this one. Like this next turn, we are getting some other place. Yeah, let's just offer the trade. But our opponent is playing red-white aggro. They're probably gonna be even faster than us. You know, they have green. Sacrifice a creature or a vehicle so we can. And this one taps for mana. I could play this first, but I think our opponent is going for a bit of ramp. So I'm gonna deny them the choice to snipe that vehicle. I can sack it to gain 1 life, but it's super unnecessary. We can gain life other ways. But opponent can't. Yeah, I killed it Goda, so they are a bit low on the ground. This will be able to block it most part. I could also just play Deathless Pilot, risky shortcut. Play risky shortcut first. Ugh. That was definitely a good draw in the sense that it got all those lands out of the way. Still not great. As far as hard removal is concerned, because we can. It'll just keep coming. Yep. And you play this one. Opponent probably has removal for this. Crash and burn. Okay, that's fine, but we did get. Also note that this is any target, so we can max speed with this. Probably that. Ooh, Pyrowood Gearhulk, but no real payoff. But this does have menace, so it's gonna be a trick. Oh wait. We can just return this next turn. The Deathless Pilot's gonna be super annoying. Sure, we're taking 7. It does have Vigilance, so we really need to hit our Crash and Burn here. Our opponent could just choose not to block. Yeah, so we're just gonna pass. Yeah, they're gonna hold back. That makes sense. This is gonna be a bit of a waiting game here. Like, let's see. If I swing with this, our opponent could just chump block these two, get them for 1 more point. That's not really worth it. My concern is if our opponent hits any enchantment-based removal, I would have no real way of getting rid of it. Hello, hard spike, that's fine. The gain 2 life is a bit annoying, but Considering what we're facing down, this is fine. And remember, I already drew 2 cards and paid 2 life. Also did the opponent to get these lands out. I guess I hold on to this. Also, I just realized that we have fewer mounts here, so I think our opponents also, yeah, also in sandbag mode. Yeah, let's draw card. Hey, even more land. But that said, we do have a very good reason to play all these lands. If we hit the Boom Mobile, that is one big boom. Opponent's probably gonna use this to churn through their deck as well. We don't have something like that, so we have an issue here. That's fine. And if they decide to swing, it's honestly not a very good flow through. Let's see if they go. Yeah. Let me just replay this. Yeah, they just realized it's a really bad flow through. If I can hit one more creature, I can start tapping Hazard swinging with that, but we can wait. Also, I probably should sack this end of turn. Ooh, first strike is annoying. Oh, but they're still holding back. So let's see. No, we pass. We are admittedly in a real standstill. Trample and and exhaust are 3 counters, so this one is definitely something we want to snipe out. Yeah, we're running out of options more or less. I still activate it now. Good thing there's limited their speed. Low. 10 lands, 11. But our opponent has a lot more late game plays. That is an issue here. The question is, what are the things that we want to snipe? If we could, we take the firewood deerfall, but I think that the reality is we want to take out Samwood because that's just going to keep everything high. We want. We're still safe. This gives us a 6/5. And we can crew it with the Deathless Pilot, so we can also crew it with Sarcophagus and just block it with Deathless Pilot. So that gives us more options too. And that gives us a 4, but we need a 5. If we can hit Boomobile, remember to save 1 mana because we can then snipe another 5-drop with it. Collision Force destroy target artifact. They get the snipe. I guess they do have a way to remove it. That's fine. I'm surprised they didn't go for this one. This is like 5 damage already. They could have taken out something. I guess they wanted to take out the vehicle. They did have a decent remove. No, they had a decent remove. They had another plow through. So that takes us out. But our opponent's still not swinging. Not so much a threat anymore. This one's still annoying. I guess we wait. Also note that oh wait, we were short on vehicle. Oh, that is the one we really want. It's only it that gains indestruction. We can destroy target artifact. Sacrifice. Destroy this. Yeah, Deathless Pilot do. Also note that we're most likely jump blocking the slot. We have a lot of very big creatures. Our road range is not really look. It's really kind of difficult comparison. Well, we can deal 9, so we're still awake. That's and I'm counting boom mobile damage. And could have sacked the goblin and destroyed the pilot for a 2-4-1. I could, but I figured I was gonna need a blocker. And my original plan was if I had an additional vehicle, I would block with Dynamite Diver, ping one on Samut, and just use Road Rage to ping for the rest. That was my original plan, but that one it didn't line up when our opponent removed it. All other creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn. Okay, this is super bad for us. But I do want to play this right away. Basically, what will happen is it will. I can also then just replay this. So we'll do that. Yeah, so what I want to do is encourage them to be some mini blocks here. That one's given. So damage through. So we can play probably want to snipe this instead of this though. What I should have done is then dealt the damage first while I still had the mount. And the treasure token should be enough to replay our friend. Basically, until our opponent can answer our Aetherdrift, we're kind of okay. But we are running a bit of a risk here. The moment our opponent answers, they hit us with a vengeance. I could also just start swinging with these two. Hold back Deathless Pilot, it becomes our... But then take 9 back? No. It's the argument for swinging with Hazoret. Because it kind of ignores first strike. Yeah. They might just crew the vehicle, get out of the way. They could have cast it for 5. Okay, so that was a... Well, the cast for 2 was unnecessary. They would have just cast it for 5 anyway. But yeah, we know... So we're definitely blocking Samut. Definitely chumping with Deathless Pilot. If our opponent swings with that, I'm just going to chump with this. Deathless Pilot being deathless is a very big deal. See, this is 13. 14, 15. We have 2 more lands out of the remaining cards. I feel bad, but I kind of have to do it. Linear is not exactly what we're looking for, but it can block the glory, it can block the links. We're basically just living off the back of this Deathless Pilot. Also kind of down. Only an exhausted right away. But target creature gains trample until end of turn is really key. We're not effectively chumping anymore. Still have to do this. There's no reason to take the full brunt. Oh, they didn't realize they were we're looking for Curse Claw Wrappings. That's our way of getting back in the game. Boom Mobile's okay. We can pitch this other swamp class. It's gonna exhaust that time. We are going to have to... We're going to have to chomp to not die. There's no good way around it. A lot of damage. So that goes into giving more damage. Okay. I'm surprised our opponent hasn't started doing this to swing. Boss Re is the least of our worries right now. Also, unfortunately, we're not booming our opponent's space because we've been gaining points, right? Unfortunately, we still have only one blocker. But now we really need this first claw wrappings. Also, now we're in the situation where we could chump block the green guardian, but we can block the guardian effectively, but we will be down to 1 life next turn. We really need to hit those wrappings. 6, 7, 8, plus 5, 13, 14, 15. We pitch 1. We're down to 1 more land. Our opponent making a token. Oh no, wait. They can't do it. Oh, they're actually gonna hold back now. I'm gonna cycle because any other card better than this one here. Crash and Burn will also... Crash and Burn works for us because it's don't have a pump effect. They can crew the vehicle in response, but that's about it. Also, our opponent has we have fewer cards than our opponent, so we could actually still lose that way. So the cycle is probably not a good option. But the plan now is to just first claw wrappings, embalm everything. Which does not help if that is the last card we draw. I can still accept second to last card because we can then rebuild our army and then kind of hopefully go for 1 swing. Also, I can actually start swinging with this now. Because I need to start carrying the board down a little bit. Yeah, they're just gonna hold back. It's literally our last card. Come on. Yeah, what haste creatures do we don't have any haste. Aetherdrift was exiled. They'll win by 1 card unless they get careless. Can't be helped. We could have chosen not to cycle. That would have given us 1 additional turn, I suppose. Why did you have to be the last card? You were my hope. Oh, wait. I can still flex a bit, though. And you can only get 1 card at a time, so... It's annoying. I should at least do this, but I'm not really getting anything on it. Oh, I could have pumped this, but it's like what, 2 damage? Yeah, we just never really got to deal damage to our opponent. Yeah, I guess I could have saved myself from the 1 card draw, then try to go from there. Yeah, that's 2 losses. We did say that when we're gonna lose, we're gonna take a look at 1 more deck, but this one is even sketchier. So we lose Aetherdrift, we lose our Boom Mobile, and what are we trading it for? An Oiled Tier Hulk, a Hunted Hellride, quite a few artifacts. The issue is this one is that we have even less interaction here. an even sketchier mana base because we have double this. Yeah, our mana is super sketchy here, so this is even more questionable. And I would actually have to fill it out with Aether Jacket's actually not a bad fill out here. So a three mana. It's probably better than in the creature if one controls create a special token. Probably better than that. The problem is we're missing all the good payoffs for this. All we but Haunted Hellrite is still kind of fine. Yeah, we kind of just missed out on this one. This was really painful. But I think we might be. Maybe we could win on the back of Skystreak Engineers. We'll see. I did say I was gonna check all of these, and I will. And for the record, white unfortunately, yeah, triple white is a big ask, and the rest of our cards are not that great. Like this one is, yeah, this one is iffy. This one is fine. Not green white, but we have the vehicles, but we barely have any mounts in green. Like we only have the venomous Lagax, so it's not that great. All in all, I would say, yeah, this is a mouse, not mount. All in all, I would say that our green red is our best performer, but we're here to try everything, so we're gonna try everything. We did get one win off the black red deck. I'm hoping we can get at least one win off the blue black deck, but now that I think of it, I changed my mind. The reason is that outside of the oil deep gear hulk, what's our interaction? Blue black is super controlling. I would be better off playing green blue. Like what's our interaction? Barely anything. We don't have any. It's all creatures. Now we do have green black as an option. We even get the land to go with it. So what would we end up with? The two portable moles, run over. Get quite a bit of interaction here. Yeah, and we have the Brute Heart engine as well. Definitely want Ooze Patrol for this deck. Surveyor's fine. I'm willing to run. Our combat tricks are a bit low. I am willing to run the maximum overdrive. There's an argument for running the demonic junker since this one's closer to a late game deck. But we don't exactly have that many artifacts to begin with. I would have to add more artifacts to make this reasonable. I guess we put the Aether Jacket in after all. There we go. So what's our land count here? 11-11. Really bad split, but we have to run it like this. Audio check. Audio check. Okay, we are back for real. Okay. Thank you, Windows, for crashing out, but thank you also for crashing at the right time. The game did not actually continue. It just basically data got cut off. That's fine. So now we get to go for real. If it crashes again, I'm really screwed this time. That's it. Yeah, black green is on the slower side, so that is a concern. I guess I could have mulled for a hand with a 2-drop, but you. Let's see. Our first play is gonna be the pothole mode for sure. Yeah, sealed is probably not a great place for green black. Opponent has the link. Good job. Okay, we had the we have a 2-drop after all, so we can probably. Okay, just gonna swing. We'll take it. We'll hit that. So next turn we can Deathless Pilot run over. Run over would be nice. Also notice it's instant, so it actually does have some good synergies with Flip. No Javelin here. Ooh, this is gonna be painful. We have to take. But we have a plan. Oh! Oh, it doesn't give it that touch. Okay, my bad. I misread it. And now they have the driving. Oh wow, that's a big one. Yep. Now the thing is that our opponent, yeah, really good start. Can't really do anything about this, but yeah, green black is probably way too slow for the most part. So I would probably not do that again. But also, yeah, I thought this gave that touch. It's just +1/+0. Okay, this is really bad. I must have hallucinated that part. Okay, pothole mode, but we now have to mass block this one. Yeah, no point swinging into Samut, unfortunately. But yeah, this is super bad. Yeah, kind of tired of... Well, it is sealed. Other people are gonna get better decks than we do. And hey, we did manage to get 5 wins, so I think that's fine. Also, starting column is probably not so bad when you don't have to pay for the draw 2 cards. The big payment is actually playing a 3-mana artifact, so it makes more sense in seal. Also, the distributing 2 counters is so annoying. Yeah, we can. Well, that was a very ignoble ending, but I guess I now have to splice this. And yeah, the webcam died again. I probably should just rip this webcam out altogether and buy a brand new one. I would not be surprised if all the driver errors are coming from this stupid webcam. Anyway, we got our wins. Not perfect, but pretty good. I would say I'm pretty happy with the result for the most part. Yeah. I should probably put a link to the first part on this one here for those tuning in. But yeah, there we go. That's gonna be it for this episode. Yeah, I'm gonna link the previous one. If you want to catch what happened earlier, that's gonna be it. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Yeah, if you like what you saw, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications and whatnot. Let's keep opening some of the rest of these packs here. Yeah, Winter Curse Rider is nice. I'm super interested in what draft is gonna look like here. Afterburner expert. Good. Yeah, definitely. I feel like we're approaching the time period where we're approaching the time period where sealed is going to die. It's just so all over the place that it's too much RNG based. Like our opponents had very good 2-color decks on the first two, pretty solid. So that, and we had no hope in catching up. This one we just yeah, everything that you want that card. Oh yeah, everyone's been talking about Afterburner Expert. It's as if it's a really good. It's probably one of the good things that are coming out. Like everyone's looking at the exhaust deck. I don't know if it's fast enough for constructed now. Maybe constructed starts slowing down. We'll see, but I do like it. It is quite interesting there. Anyway, that's gonna be it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks to all who dropped by and tuned in. Mantilla Razon, Jericho Ilagan, Ethan Yu. Thank you guys so much. Hope to see you guys again next time. Hopefully under better circumstances. Take care. God bless. Stay safe wherever you are. Have a great week, everyone. Take care.